we're going to look at a delta load that is connected to a Wye supply and determine what would be the phase current on the Wye supply. So here's our example question. We have a three-phase Wye supply. It produces 120 volt phase voltage, and it has a connected load of three 10 ohm resistors which are connected in delta. The question is, what is the current in each coil of the supply? Well, what the question is really asking for is what is the phase current on the supply. Let's go ahead and put our values on here. Each one of these coils gets 120 volts induced on it. That is our phase voltage of 100, and it would be 120 volts. The other values given is each one of these oppositions in delta are given at 10 ohms. So in order to answer this question, we'd have to first determine the produced line voltage from our Wye supply. Our Wye supply line voltage, you have to use the rules of Wye. V line equals V phase times root 3. So that will come to 120 times root 3, which is 207.8 volts. That's our line voltage, 207.8 volts. Now, when I go over here, I can now look at the delta connected load. We know the first rule for delta is that V line is the same as V phase. There's only one voltage. Whatever our line voltage is going to be exactly with the volt drop that's dropped across our loads in the phase. So our V phase is 207.8 volts. I can now determine my phase current. The phase currents are going to be equal. They're all 10 ohms, so the phase currents will also be equal. I take my phase voltage, I divide it by my resistance in each phase, or opposition. So 207.8 volts divided by 10 ohms comes to 20.78 amps. So that's the phase current. Because this is a balanced circuit, meaning same impedance and same power factor in each phase of the delta, I can then utilize my formula to find line current, which is I phase times root 3. So the I line of the delta is going to be equal to 20.78 amps times root 3, which will come to 36 amps approximately. So if I were to put an ammeter right here, it's 36 amps. That is the line current for the Wye as well. So I line of the Wye is equal to 36 amps. We know on the Wye, the rule I phase is the same as I line because there is only one path to follow. So whatever the current is on the line must be the current going through the coil. So the phase current on our supply is also 36 amps. See you on the next video.